Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Fort Leavenworth Combined Civilian Education Commencement Ceremony. My name is John Johnson, and I'm the faculty coordinator for Webster University and your host for this evening's ceremony. Would everyone please stand and remain standing for the 2013 graduating class, the singing of the national anthem by Mrs. Dee Boyer, and the invocation given by Mr. Stuart Lyon. For the national anthem, gentlemen only, please remove your headgear.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank Thee on this evening for so many blessings of being together to celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates, not only for the academics, but also for the great things that they've already done in their lives and the great things they will yet do. We thank Thee for families being present and for families being so important to each of us. We thank Thee for truth and for the opportunity to seek after it in this life. We pray for Thy blessings upon each of us, that we may reflect and grow, and that we may honor the efforts of these graduates. We ask these things in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
At this time, I'd like to introduce each member of the official party from your left to your right. Here this evening to confer and present degrees are Dr. Carol Adams, Webster University. Mr. Wayne Converse, Upper Iowa University. Dr. Carl Heilman, President, Barton Community College. Dr. George E. Ross, President, Central Michigan University, who is also our keynote speaker. From Fort Leavenworth, we have Colonel Timothy Wolf, Garrison Commander, Fort Leavenworth. Mr. Tom Kelly, the Education Service Officer, Fort Leavenworth Education Center, who will confer and present the graduate degree for Emory-Riddle University. And Mr. Stuart Lyon, religious representative who provided our invocation and will provide our benediction. Thank you all for being here tonight. Most of the students at this commencement ceremony have fulfilled family and career responsibilities in addition to completing degree requirements. This was no easy task. This ceremony is possible in part due to their family members' understanding and support, the many faculty members working additional evening and weekend class schedules, and local college administrators providing many important services to the students. This is a proud moment for us all. For every graduate here today, we also honor many other graduates who could not be present for personal or professional reasons. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our spouses and families who, without their support, this evening would not be possible. At this time, I would like to introduce our commencement speaker, the president of Central Michigan University, Dr. George E. Ross. Dr. Ross is Central Michigan University's 14th president and began his tenure in March of 2010. Dr. Ross came to CMU having served as president of Alcorn State University in Claiborne County, Mississippi. Before his appointment as president, he held the positions of vice president for financial and administrative services at Central Michigan University, executive vice president at Clark Atlanta University, and executive vice chancellor at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and vice president for business affairs at Tuskegee University. While residing in the Southeast, Dr. Ross served on the board of trustees of Bryan College and the board of directors of the Southern Association of College and University Business Officers, and has served in multiple civic organizations since that time period. Dr. Ross earned his bachelor's and master's degree in business administration from Michigan State University, a PhD in higher education administration from the University of Alabama, and completed postdoctoral studies at Harvard University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President George E. Ross.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for that kind introduction. Good evening. I'm honored to be here for this most important occasion, making and marking the completion of a college, of a university degree. And it also gives me great pleasure to be in company of the distinguished guests on the platform tonight, including leaders from Barton Community College, Upper Iowa University, Webster University, the garrison commander, and the leadership from Fort Leavenworth. And like Dr. Johnson, I'd like to acknowledge the family and friends who've come out tonight to support these graduates and acknowledge your sacrifice. So I'm going to go off script now. Is that okay? I'm going to ask all the spouses and children. I met some parents of graduates today, and a couple. Please stand, and graduates, applaud the folks who supported you getting here. All those family members, please stand. Thank you. I'm especially honored to see all of our graduates this evening. Those earning degrees from Central Michigan University, from Webster University, from Embry-Riddle University, from Upper Iowa University, and from Barton Community College. Congratulations, class of 2013. Graduates, today is a momentous day for you. It's time to celebrate. Today we pause for a moment and recognize how far you've come as leaders. We celebrate and honor your achievements both in the classroom and in your military careers. But first and foremost, I know I speak for the presidents of the other universities and colleges represented here today when I say that we salute all that you've done so far and will do in the future to preserve and to protect our great country. Graduates, I extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation for your service. Now, as I look around, there's an even greater military presence here today other than our graduates tonight. So at this time, I'd ask everyone who's currently serving our country, who has served in the past, to please stand so that we may thank you for your service. Thank you. We're truly appreciative of you and the 1.4 million men and women who are currently on active military duty. Thank you for protecting our freedoms. I want to give special recognition to our graduates tonight. You're already leaders. You were personally selected to come to the United States Army Command and General Staff College or to the University of Foreign Military and Cultural Studies here at Fort Leavenworth. You were selected based on your performance, your attitude, and your potential to develop additional leadership qualities. Quite simply, you're the cream of the crop. Yet, for the graduates in this room, the demands of a prestigious military college at Fort Leavenworth wasn't enough. You also enrolled in a civilian academic program and worked doubly hard these past months to graduate from both of them. Again, I salute you. You're proving that you're wise enough to seize a learning opportunity that will improve your life, that you're tenacious enough to stick with it, even when sacrifice is required, and that you have the drive to discover and explore new horizons. What you've learned in these months will shape and influence you for a lifetime. Your education will benefit your comrades in service and your families who depend on you. Now, I know that going to both programs hasn't been easy. It required giving up many evenings and many weekends to study. You might have even shirked some of those household duties. But I'm here to tell you the honey-do list is still there, and it may even be longer. But I understand the sacrifice, and I promise you it will pay off. You see, I wasn't always the president of Central Michigan University. Education transformed my life as it's transforming yours. I'm the son of a Mississippi sharecropper. I'm one of 12 children. 6 older, 5 older brothers and an older sister, 5 younger, 3 younger brothers and 2 younger sisters. Delivered by a midwife on a cotton field in rural Mississippi. With no real education in my family, father working hard day to day to make it work just to feed our family. Out of the 12 of us, none of the other 11, my 8 brothers or 3 sisters, ever graduated from high school, yet along college. But somewhere along the way, somebody saw something in me in middle school and high school and college and graduate school. I worked my way through my MBA. I mentioned earlier tonight to Dr. Adams, I drove 3 hours one way, I'm not making this up, from Tuskegee to Tuscaloosa to work on my PhD. So I understand the sacrifice. But trust me, it will pay off for you down the road. I have learned, as you've already learned, to take advantage of opportunities for lifelong learning and self-improvement. You've demonstrated vision and tenacity by dedicating yourself to the power and the potential of education during your time here at Fort Leavenworth. Now, of course, none of us achieve these milestones entirely on our own. Your military service has taught you both to support and to rely on other men and women in uniform. So later this evening, look around or pick up the telephone and thank the people who helped you reach this educational milestone. Many of your spouses and family members have made significant sacrifices on your behalf. Maybe an instructor here at Fort Leavenworth pushed you towards excellence or helped you see the world in a new way. Thank those who have supported you. One of our country's most popular first ladies, Barbara Bush, put it this way, and I quote First Lady Bush, "Never lose sight of the fact that the most important yardstick of your success will be how you treat other people, your family, your friends, and co-workers, and even strangers you meet along the way." Graduates, always thank the people who make your dreams and achievements possible. This lesson will serve you well throughout your life. As I stand here today on the grounds of Fort Leavenworth, I am awed by its history and its significance. Earlier today, I had an opportunity to tour the base, and I want to thank CMU alum Matt Fox for that tour and what I learned today about the history of this very special place. I learned that Fort Leavenworth is 186 years old. It's the largest military base west of the Mississippi River. I learned that it's the third largest military base in America. I learned that it's also located on the Lewis and Clark Trail and was a touch point for many pioneers heading west for a new life. Today, Fort Leavenworth is still a touch point for pioneers and for leaders like you. Now, you don't know where life will take you or where you'll end up, yet you've been touched by this place and gained great knowledge here. In the days to come, you too will move on to boundless opportunities, and you will be better prepared to lead and succeed because of your education at Fort Leavenworth. This past winter, in fact in February, on our main campus in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, we hosted a very special and distinguished military guest who spent some time here at Fort Leavenworth, General Colin Powell. General Powell grew up in Harlem and the Bronx, the son of first-generation Jamaican immigrants. From that humble beginning, he rose to prominence as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and then served as the 65th Secretary of State. General Powell stood before about 5,000 students at CMU, and he brought this advice. He said, "There are no secrets to success." What he said was that success is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. And I agree with him. I think he's right. General Powell is a humble, friendly, and generous man. He believes that knowledge must be shared to make the world a better place. So in the years to come, share what you know and encourage your colleagues to improve their own lives through education. It does transform lives. Tomorrow you will join the ranks of thousands of soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard leaders who have graduated from Fort Leavenworth. Go forth with confidence in what you have learned and with a commitment to learning throughout your life, using education as a touch point for frontiers and opportunities not yet known. For every service member here today, the day will come when you will take off the uniform and retire from serving our country. When that time comes, know that you, the graduates of this evening, will be seen as leaders, armed with knowledge and critical thinking skills that will serve you well in the civilian world. The opportunities will be waiting for those who are prepared, and you are prepared. Congratulations again to the 2013 graduates of Central Michigan University, Webster University, Embry-Riddle University, Upper Iowa State University, and Barton Community College. Congratulations, class of 2013.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. It is indeed an honor to have you visit the oldest continuously active U.S. Army post west of the Mississippi River. On behalf of the leadership of Fort Leavenworth, especially for Mr. Tom Kelly, the Fort Leavenworth Education Service officers, the staff and students of Barton County Community College, Upper Iowa University, Webster University, and Central Michigan University, the CMU program administrator, Mrs. Laura Sturmer, would like to present to you this American flag. This flag was flown over the U.S. National Support Element in Kabul, Afghanistan on the 1st of April, 2013. The wooden box was handmade in Kabul. 3 of our Fort Leavenworth CMU students are currently deployed to Afghanistan, 2 of which are graduating this spring. We felt the gift of this American flag would be a poignant reminder of all of the graduates and of your visit to Fort Leavenworth. Thank you. We will now begin the presentation of degrees. If you notice, we have some areas right down here in front, and we've learned over the time to kind of remove a little bit of the video and camera congestion right down in front. So we're going to invite, as we call the particular group down, for parents and loved ones and others who want to take pictures. We're going to use the first 3 rows. We'd ask you to stay low and remain aware that others are also taking pictures behind you. When you're done when your graduate goes by, we'd ask that you return to your seat. This will allow other family members to come down and to take their photos. Also, after the ceremony, you're welcome to come down on stage and take pictures in front of the flags. And we're going to begin with Barton County Community College, so we would ask any Barton County Community College family members to come on down to get ready to take your photos. Presenting degrees for Barton County Community College is Dr. Carl Heilman. Dr. Carl Heilman is Barton's 5th president and began his tenure in July of 2006. Dr. Heilman came to Barton having served as president of Lincoln Trail College in Robinson, Illinois from 2003 to 2006, vice president for instruction and student services at Northland Pioneer College in Holbrook, Arizona from 1993 to 2003. And he was chairperson for special needs at Iowa Lakes Community College from 1987 to 1993. While residing in Arizona, Dr. Heilman served 3 years as a board member for the High School Consortium, Northern Arizona Vocational Institute of Technology, and has served in multiple civic organizations since that time period. Dr. Heilman earned a bachelor's degree from the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls and a master's degree from UNI and Mankato State University in Mankato, Minnesota. In 1992, he earned a doctorate from Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. Joining Dr. Heilman for presentation of degrees will be Mrs. Michelle Sumter, the Fort Leavenworth Barton County Community College Director. Dr. Heilman.
Dr. Johnson, thank you very much. Barton Community College extends special recognition and appreciation to Colonel Timothy Wolf and Director Kelly of Educational Services for sponsoring and hosting this ceremony. I'd like to take special time to note the significance of this ceremony as it pertains to Barton Community College and its presence on this great post, Fort Leavenworth. These 5 graduates before you represent the first graduating class for Barton Community College. These 5 individuals took a chance with Barton, and I would hope that Barton has provided you what you need for the future. It's Barton's commitment to this post that there will be thousands of graduates to come in the years ahead, but they will follow in the footsteps of these 5 pioneers. They've made sacrifices for purposes of personal benefit. They're shining examples that persistence leads to success. Barton enrolled 459 students in its initial year from October through May. We look forward to the years ahead. Those receiving degrees represent the Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of General Studies. Will the 2013 Barton Community College Associate Degree candidates stand and please come forward to receive your degrees.
Nathaniel R. Johnson. Jeffrey Krenzer. Damon Mosby. Charlotte Rapoli. Mallory Warner.
At this time, I invite the candidates for the Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science, and General Studies degrees from Barton Community College to please rise. I certify that these candidates of the spring class of 2013 have met all the standards established by the Kansas Board of Regents and have fulfilled the requirements as set by the Barton Board of Trustees of Barton Community College. Further, I certify that these candidates have met their specific degree requirements, and it is upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the greatest of pleasure that the candidates are presented so that the appropriate degrees may be conferred. Accordingly, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, Barton Community College, under the statutes governing community colleges in the state of Kansas, it is my pleasure to represent the Board of Trustees and the faculty and confer upon you the appropriate associate degree with all the honors, responsibilities, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto as graduates of Barton Community College. In accordance with your degree status, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Thank you and congratulations, students. Furthermore, as a sign of the commitment to this post and to our graduates, I am pleased to recognize a trustee for Barton Community College, Mr. Don Learned, who is here today. Mr. Learned, thank you for your support. Students, please be seated. Thank you.
One more time, please join me with a round of applause for our Barton County Community College graduates.